Hey Bat Kibble enjoyers, before this episode begins, I want to let you know that Bat Kibble now has memberships and a Patreon available. Memberships are best for YouTube watchers, and Patreon is best for Spotify listeners. We have 3 tiers available. At the $1 tier, you get access to an exclusive Discord. At the $5 tier, you get bi-weekly bonus episodes. And at the $10 tier, you get all the previous rewards, plus access to the Bat Kibble Minecraft server. What do we freaking Minecraft? Thanks for the support, whether it's watching, listening, or joining our memberships. We appreciate you big time. Let's get into the pod. Welcome to Bat Kibble Podcast.
Wow, that was bad.
I'm still figuring out the intro. I don't know what I want it to sound like yet. Can I just work through some things with you guys? Like,
no.
Do I have to be perfect right off the bat?
Yes.
Oh. You guys are just like my father. I'm here with PerspectiveEnd and T-Fan Page 101.
Hi! My woo was
Okay,
more my woo was more on the dad dunking.
Okay.
But yes, hi, it is I, Perspective Asshole.
And the Creo guy.
Yes, the Creo.
Yeah, the Creo guy.
The Creo mans.
Nobody likes Creo.
The Creo gentleman.
I'm sophisticated Creo reviewer.
If you somehow haven't seen it yet, Brian dropped a really good video about the Creo history, so you should check that out.
That will definitely not date this recording.
At all. Not in any way, shape, or form.
They don't know how many days it's been since you posted it.
Should we talk about the announcement?
1 year since we posted it.
Should we talk about the announcement? They're finally making a Transformers sequel.
A Transformers sequel?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What do you mean by that?
The Transformers 2. I'm dating this video.
To what? What is the sequel to what?
2009.
Should we restart the intro?
Fine, fuck it, I guess.
This doesn't...
You want to date the video? You want to date the video really hard? Shelley Duvall died today.
Why would... It doesn't matter if you date a video. Well, every video has a date.
We're one-upping each other in dating the video, and I just dated the exact day this came out.
Okay, well, it's 7:14 p.m. when we're frickin' recording Eastern Standard
That
Time.
means nothing to anyone. Shelley Duvall dying will mean something to people who are watching this.
Oh, that means something to someone. Oh, go to bed.
No. That was a bad joke. That was a very bad joke.
All of these are bad jokes. This whole podcast is bad. I don't...
Well, maybe you should have thought twice before you invited us on.
Yeah. I'll think about that in the next life, I guess. But in today's episode, we are going to pit Transformers against each other. I don't know how.
You want to take that again?
As an idea.
You want to take that again?
I want to take the whole intro again, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Well, some of this is gold. That last part, though, just you saying the start of it gold. And then giggling for no reason, that can go.
This whole intro could be a members exclusive.
This sucks. Okay, I'm in a funk. I'm in a funk right now. I don't know why, but like when the podcast starts, I start like freaking out. Does that make sense? Like,
no.
The moments before I'm fine, the moments after I'm fine, but once I know where like the footage of me is going to be used in some way in the podcast,
panic.
I start freaking out.
Clearly, you are a freak, and I'm pointing right at the camera. And I'm not talking to you, dumbjake. I'm talking to the person who I am currently pointing at.
Stop pointing at me.
We are okay. We're just gonna let's just keep rolling.
Keep chugging along. Keep trucking.
I'm freaking out.
Transform and roll out.
Oh my god! Do you guys hear about Paul Walker?
We are building a Coliseum in the mind. Gladiator 2 is coming out. We're doing Gladiator 2 right here in the mindscape, in our mindscape.
You are going to confuse so many fucking people with that.
I'm hurting myself.
How many episodes in are we? 4? 5?
We're 5 episodes in. We ran out of ideas 2 episodes ago.
Oh, not enough. Yeah, not enough episodes for us to be at the point we're at.
We're gonna pin 2 characters, and then we're gonna make a hypothetical of them battling each other. There you go.
Yeah, you know, like the death battle videos on YouTube.
Welcome to
like
Death
that.
Battle.
Yeah, I haven't watched them. I just see the thumbnail.
How have you never watched a death battle? Like, it's fine to like say
because
that...
I don't. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't even like this concept. Like, I don't like, ooh, would Superman or the Hulk win? It's stupid. Like, I don't know. Whoever writes it, who decides who's gonna win, wins.
Because it's
like,
fun. Did you never watch Deadliest Warrior?
Like the Hulk,
I did watch
super
Deadliest
powerful.
Okay, so it's the same fucking thing, but with fictional characters.
No, it's different. It's different because they have a computer program that tells them who's gonna win.
By the way, I got bad news for you. In the first season, they didn't. It was just a lie. And in the second season, the computer program was the Death Battle, or not the Death Battle, the Deadliest Warrior video game.
What?
I'm not even kidding.
The video game?
Yes, they just had a video game, and they would just run that video game over and over. And they put the characters in like the video game, and they just run it over and over again, and then say like, okay, because of our high-end technological edge, we have figured out who would win. But it was literally just the actual consumer-grade video game. And in the first season, it wasn't real.
Oh my god!
Did you hear about day of my life?
Did you hear about Paul Walker?
You know, I did about 10 years ago.
I was thinking of Paul Walker, right? Not Jake
Fast
Paul,
and
by
Furious.
the way. Anyways, go on, dude. Who are we pinning against? Dr. Pepper versus Coke, or what?
I choose Dr. Pepper.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I prefer Dr. Pepper to any form of cola.
Hot Wheels or Matchbox?
I mean, I like both, but I just feel like Dr. Pepper is better tasting, but Coca-Cola is more iconic.
Lego versus Minecraft.
Oh fuck, that's actually a good one.
I would play Minecraft a lot more than I would play Lego if they didn't fucking ruin Minecraft a couple years back when they were like, all right, strip mining, no longer viable. Get out.
Are you sure you want to pay thousands of dollars for one 200?
But you can play old Minecraft though. You can play old versions.
Yeah,
so
but that's effort.
You could play it.
So your argument is invalid.
Like. So is building Lego. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and I don't want to build Lego.
So you don't want to do anything? Is that the answer?
I do not want to build Lego. I do not want to play a new version of Minecraft. I just want the old version of Minecraft to be there automatically when I.
You're so annoying. You're so annoying.
Yeah, dislike. Hey guys, don't forget to dislike this video.
I want the old Minecraft.
Don't forget to dislike this video specifically, please.
Dislike it because I'm here. Dislike it for me.
We should. Don't dislike the video. God damn it.
Disliking the video helps. Disliking the video legitimately.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
it's
it does.
engagement.
Yes. Jake, you don't know how YouTube works.
I know how YouTube works, man.
Then why is it that my first video, or not my first video, but my first video to blow up had 10 likes to over 1,000 dislikes, and I fucking got mad 30,000 views on it?
Dude,
that's how it works. Fucking engagement is engagement is engagement. It don't matter if it's good or bad. It's engagement.
What matters is if people click on the video and watch the video.
Yeah, and people click.
That's all I'll say about that.
That's not what matters. What matters is YouTube saying like, "Oh, people care about this video. I'm going to show this to someone else." That's what gets you the views.
So the first batch of people that pin against each other, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, who would win?
Did that happen already?
Are we talking
No,
Mike
that's
Tyson
happening in
November. Or are we
November.
talking Mike Tyson now? Because I would like to see that 20, 30 years ago. Especially when Jake Paul was 10 years old and Mike Tyson's fucking like a 40-year-old man. Just beating Jake Paul to death before we ever fucking... Or no, actually, it's Logan Paul, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jake Paul's the wrestler. Anyways.
No, he's not.
Jake. The good Jake.
Which one?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Is that what you just asked me?
You start off. You got this is your
No, I
idea.
don't want to start off. I don't want to. They're all
This
my
is your
ideas.
idea.
idea.
Yeah, they are all my ideas.
Yeah, and we have a very clear order. You go first, Brian goes second, I go third. Fuck you.
Okay, you guys are not gonna like the one I came up with. Armada Laserbeak versus Revenge of the Fallen Wheelie.
This is impossible.
I told you wouldn't like
They're
it.
both incapable of killing the other. The only way that this is going to happen is if, like, fucking Revenge of the Fallen Wheelie is standing on, like, the edge of a very high object and Laserbeak just crashes into him, and that way he knocks Wheelie off the fucking side, Wheelie splats on the ground, and then Laserbeak can fucking fly away. That's the only way this works.
Laserbeak transforms into a blaster as well as a camera, but here's the thing: Wheelie's gonna hump him to death.
Wheelie does come from a more brutal universe, I would say.
Wheelie is the shittiest, weakest.
Wheelie got his ass kicked by Megan Fox.
Wheelie got his ass kicked by Megan Fox with a blowtorch
Megan Fox is much bigger than Wheelie.
with a blowtorch that fucking nowhere near reaches the temperatures that they said that they needed in the previous movie to damage the Transformers.
Complain about it in the review, buddy. I don't care.
I'm just saying.
Complain about your power tools the next one.
I'm just saying.
We already been through
I'm
that.
just fucking saying. I'm just saying that he's apparently not made out of the same fucking sterner stuff that everyone else is.
Maybe Brains could tag team.
No, Brains can't tag team. He's in Dark of the Moon. That's a whole different argument over there. Armada Laserbeak does have the advantage of flight.
That's all. And that's the
Yeah,
thing.
so he can
It's the only
fuck
advantage
off.
either one of them has. It's the literally only advantage either one of them has.
I told you guys would not like it. That's why I didn't
I
like
love
it.
how you're
Imagine
like,
a
I'm
robot
coming-
bird with a camera eye chasing around an RC truck.
So what, your fucking idea was that you were just going to, like, come in last and be like, here's this shitty dump of a fucking fight to end us out on that no one gives a fuck
I was
about?
hoping to be middle, right in the middle.
Why the fuck are you like, here, I came up with all these ideas, and now I'm the one who's going to try and ruin them each time?
I don't try and ruin them. What are you talking about?
Sure.
What?
Sure.
My
How have I
YouTube
tried to
career
ruin
is
them?
destroyed from this.
I believe you. I believe you so much, so hard.
Oh, man.
I mean, what are we even supposed to talk about? Like fucking Laserbeak can at best ram Wheelie, and Wheelie at best could punch Laserbeak, and Wheelie would probably break his own hand doing it.
No, Wheelie could tear apart Laserbeak.
Wheelie can
man.
tear
He could
apart
tear
shit.
it apart.
Wheelie can fucking, he can't even hurt fucking a human.
I remember the toy. I remember his little claw hands. I would play with them all the time.
That
He
is
had
true.
little claw
Oh my
hands.
god, his toy was so dangerous, guys. His robot character must be able to rip apart another robot.
Guys, stop! The kid has a laser beak!
Like, he can't even, he's not
I
even
would
a
not
threat.
carry around a Laserbeak.
He's not a threat to a fucking fleshy human, and yes, I understand that we're bigger than him, but, like, he's made of metal. He should be able to, like, stab us and savage our shins and whatnot, but he can't.
He just doesn't want to. He wants to be a friend.
Yeah, but you think
friend
Wheelie
shaped.
can?
He is not friend-shaped in any way, shape, or form.
I'm talking about Wheelie, Brian.
Oh,
Wheelie
okay.
is friend-shaped.
Wheelie is not friend-shaped. He's goblin-shaped.
That's an insult
He
to
is
goblins.
goblin-coded.
That is
He is a Transformer goblin.
that is
now
an
you
insult
say
to
it.
goblins.
What?
He's a dog.
so,
he humps Michaela.
okay.
That's it.
He's
That's his
inbred.
power move.
Here's what he is. He's inbred goblin-shaped.
Oh my god. So I guess the way we'll do this is we all have to say which one we think would win, and whoever gets the most votes wins.
The only way that
I guess.
either one of them, like I said, is winning is if Laserbeak knocks Wheelie off something high, and since Laserbeak can't fall, then Laserbeak will be fine. That's the only way either of them win.
Yeah. So, Laserbeak.
Yeah, Laserbeak.
Wheelie wins. Wheelie easily wins. He tears apart Laserbeak.
You're just
He
wrong.
tears
wanna
it
be
apart,
different.
just like in the movies.
2/3
with
vote says
with
you're
his
wrong.
Little grabby claws.
2/3 vote says you're wrong.
Okay, now Brian goes. I'm sure whatever Brian brings will be
This
way
is-
better.
this is
than
gonna be, like, over
Armada
so fast.
Laserbeak versus Wheelie.
At this
Okay.
rate, this podcast is going to be over so fast.
Okay. My choice, G1 Wheelie versus the unmatched power of the sun.
Look, it's not unmatched. There are
What
black
the
holes out
fuck
there that
are
can
you
flatten
saying?
the sun. There are black holes out there that can flatten the sun. There are bigger, more powerful suns than our sun. Actually, stars. Sorry, stars. They're not suns. The only sun that exists is our sun.
I like how that's the part you critique.
I think G1 Wheelie has a shot. I got root.
Yeah,
for
but
it.
think about
I want
Wheelie.
to clarify
Wheelie is
real quick. I want to clarify that wasn't some flat Earth shit that I was just spouting out there. No, there's only one star. They're stars, and then our star.
You're a flat Earth.
Our star is
You
called the
believe in
sun.
the flat.
Our star is specifically named the sun and also Sol, but all the other stars are stars.
Are you
That
talking
doesn't
about
mean
the
that they're not
glass
also the
dome
same
over
thing.
the flat Earth.
Yeah, we all took freaking science class in 5th grade. We know.
Not necessarily.
We know!
You'd be amazed how many people don't know that the sun is the sun is the sun's name and not what the sons of Arrakis. It's like no, the stars of Arrakis.
We can't.
Do you think anyone
We
cares?
can't try and teach every fucking idiot that watches the video. Okay, we
Yes,
can't
we
do a
can.
science lesson.
We're not a learning curve.
Actually, learning channels make a lot of money per 1,000 views.
Oh
like
my
$20 per 1,000 views. So if we can shift the angle a little bit, maybe you're onto something.
Maybe that's why I did the Creo video. Everyone learned something.
Yeah.
You know what? We learned something today. We learned that PerspectiveEnd is cringe.
We knew this. This
Brian,
was already known.
Is your battle? Are you really saying Wheelie versus the sun?
No, that's not my thing. I'm thinking,
Wheelie versus Grimlock.
I'm thinking Sunstreaker versus
God.
the unmatched power of the sun.
The question is just like Sunstreaker. We don't know. What if Sunstreaker becomes more powerful the closer he gets to the sun? His name might mean something.
Rise of the Beast Mirage versus G1 Mirage. There you go. There's it.
Did you just come up with that on the fly? Have you just been spitballing?
I told you I'm gonna come up with these on the fly.
You guys are not gonna be happy to hear that the only one I could come up with was Armada Laserbeak versus.
You are
Revenge of
brain
the Fallen
damaged.
Wheelie.
No wonder they call you Dumb Jake. All right, so
Mirage versus Mirage.
He's not dumb Jake, he's factory error Jake.
okay, so Rise of the Beast Mirage obviously sucks and is kind of weak and would probably get torn apart by G1 Mirage, but at the same time, he's also a horrible mutant chimera who getting killed doesn't kill him. And he could just turn into other stuff because he is an infinity changer for no fucking reason. He's the thing of the Transformers, so it'd be kind of hard. Mirage would have to shoot the shit out of him.
My thing is when I think of these battles in my head, I'm imagining them like across the Spider-Verse or whatever, where they're all their unique animation styles. So I'm imagining a realistic Mirage versus an 80s cartoon Mirage.
Yeah, with the low frame rate.
Which is, what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I feel like he gets torn apart. I feel like he doesn't stand a chance versus Rise of the Beast Mirage.
Why? Rise of the Beast Mirage has an objectively weaker gun.
In what way?
in the way that he fucking actually shoots people several dozen times, and it barely even tickles them.
Okay, but how strong is G1 Mirage's gun?
I mean,
Yeah.
given how we see just the regular guns go off in the movies, it fucking tears people apart.
In what?
Or in the movie, in the 86 movie.
Okay.
In the 86 movie, we
But
see
what
a
about
lot
the-
of standard
what about the
blasters.
show?
We see a lot of standard blasters dealing lethal damage in one shot.
Does Mirage die in the movie? Is he one of the killed off Autobots?
I don't think so, but also technically, I can't remember if it was one of the deleted scenes or not.
He might be in the deleted scenes. I think he was he on the no, Sunstreaker was on the ship with Optimus and the Dinobots.
It's so funny that the deleted scenes are just more Autobots getting killed.
Yeah, like
more,
Red
more,
Alert.
more, more tragedy, more trauma.
I had to do some research, and I found a Goodbye Convoy pack that was released for the 1986 movie. It was the last run of Optimus Prime before they constantly reissued it. But it was packed with two other Autobots. I can't remember the one, but I remember Red Alert being the other one. And I was thinking, oh yeah, he was supposed to die in that movie. That didn't happen, so I guess not goodbye, Red Alert.
Interesting.
Doesn't count.
So G1 Mirage can turn invisible, and unlike D&D rules, he can probably still attack from invisibility.
Yeah, probably. I would assume he could attack. It would reveal where he is.
It would reveal where he is, but all he's got to do is he's got to keep
Where is
running.
my super suit? Where is my super suit?
Yeah. Can Rise of the Beast Mirage like tag in Noah and
Yes.
it's part of him. It's technically a part of him.
No, it wasn't any better than he was. He was just the same.
But then there's two of them, right?
But
Or
that was
how
his
did it
entire
work?
body. Can he tag in an entire second dude?
Was that
no.
his entire body?
No, that's
Yes.
not that's not a second person. That's an extra life.
I said
How did that work? How was he alive at the end?
just because he's the Thing. He is John Carpenter's The Thing, but a Transformer. Apparently,
He's
Davidson.
Bumblebee in The Last Night.
Why was Bumblebee alive at the end of that movie? Just because. They just
I don't
Because he
like
had to
when
say
they
sting
change the
like a
rules.
bee.
sting like a bee.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like when they change the rules like this. Like, all of a sudden, Mirage can fall apart and form armor, and at the end of The Last Night, Bumblebee just falls to bits like Cubics, the robot for everyone.
Yeah, I'm starting
what
to
the hell
think that
was
the
that?
movie continuity is kind of convoluted, but
Something's wrong.
There's
Wait
no-
a minute,
The movie
Herb?
continuity is not convoluted. That implies that there is a through line to anything.
hold on, Herb. What?
Optimus arrives on
wait,
Earth in 2007.
Did you-
Here's a World War II picture of him.
Did you just say Herm?
Herb?
It sounded like you said
Scratch
Herm
his chin,
what?
hum?
And I thought you just discovered what an ancient Greek Herm was.
What the fuck are you talking
Shut
about?
up. Shut up.
No, we need it for the education.
Yes, here's the
revenue.
education.
What are you talking about?
So there was a type of statue in ancient Greece called a herm, and the herm was, for some reason, it was a rectangular pillar with a human with a flawless human sculpted head on there that looked perfect. It looked just like human, and then for some reason also a dick. It had a penis, it had a head, and otherwise it was perfectly rectangular.
Wow, that's kind of like Greek Transformers.
Way to bring it home, huh?
Okay, so who are we? I'm voting for Rise of the Beast.
I'm
Mirage. I
voting
think he
for
just
Mirage.
owns a G1 character.
I think Mirage
You
wins.
fucking fucker. I'm going.
Which one?
That's what
Brian,
he's doing.
you bastard.
Okay,
think
we got.
Mirage.
I'm going to say probably G1 Mirage because G1 Mirage can attack from invisibility. G1 Mirage has a fucking rocket launcher, which might be able to just vaporize the Thing. Though this is not an easy call to make because he is the Thing, and you can shoot him to bits, and he just breaks down into surviving bits. So you'd have to really lay into him.
I like how
Remember
you
in
kind
Rise
of
of the Beast
defended
where-
him.
Yeah, I mean, he's being fair.
I'm gonna
Remember
say
in
Rise of the Beast.
when they took off the mask of the fallen guy, and then he was just like some guy under the mask. I did think it was gonna be Bay versus Optimus Prime. I'm not gonna lie.
my
I believe that theory.
I don't know why you would.
believe
It would have
that
been. It
theory.
was a cool idea, but there was no way in fucking hell that was ever going to happen. The only
The
reason
movies are so stupid. That's the only reason I believed
they
it.
weren't
Like,
going to
the
do that
movies
because
make
they don't
no
like
sense.
those movies are not about to undo their continuity. The Rise of the Beast is trying to stay in continuity with the movies. It's just
Trying,
still trying.
failing.
And people are like, "Oh, well, it can't be Unicron because Unicron was going to destroy the Earth." And it's like, "Well, no, Unicron never said he was going to destroy the Earth. He wanted the transwarp key."
Thank you, Lorenzo.
Yeah.
All right. So then, because unlike you guys, I actually fucking put thought into this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for carrying this episode. Okay, Dinobot versus Silverbolt.
Yeah, it's a goddamn Scott McNeil
Beast Wars.
extravaganza here.
The
So, and the
Silverbolt.
reason why I bring this up is not
Scott
because they're both
McNeil.
voiced by Scott McNeil, because that's a fun little through line, but because this is actually a really interesting matchup. Because I think none of us are under the illusions that Silverbolt stands a chance to Dinobot if they're locked in a room together, but if Silverbolt is out in the open air and they're fighting, Dinobot is the worst shot in all of Beast Wars, and he is the worst long-range arsenal, which means that this becomes a fight about bringing Silverbolt down to the ground so that way Dinobot can kill him before Dinobot is in too bad of a shape in order to be able to win the fight on the ground. Because if Dinobot gets him on the ground too late, he's still going to be too fucked up to actually win. So the question is, do you think that Dinobot could ground Silverbolt before Silverbolt has the chance to lay in enough damage?
Yes. And let me explain why. Silverbolt, I feel like, would just kind of charge in. Dinobot would probably think things through. He would strategize, and he would make it like he's hunting him, you know. So
that's a fairly decent point. I suppose the question would be like, do they have time? Like if this was sprung on them right then and there, it's like, okay, you're going. Silverbolt would probably just charge Dinobot even in the air. He'd probably like try and get into melee with Dinobot for some fucking reason. I really wish that these two had like scenes together in the show. They never fucking do. But he would probably try and charge Dinobot. But if they had time to think, do you think if they had time to prepare, it's like, oh hey, you're gonna fight this guy in a duel to the death tomorrow? Well, Silverbolt might just be like, well, I'm honorable, so I'm going to meet you on the ground and then get his ass rocked. But if he was playing smart, do you think that he would come up with the idea to circle strafe Dinobot from in the air?
See, here's the thing. I think Silverbolt would get too cocky and be on the ground at some point and be
he is a dumbass. He is a dumbass.
Yeah. Okay, I'm a fake fan, and I never got to the part of Beast Wars that Silverbolt is in.
You are.
Is he like an honorable warrior like Dinobot is?
He's more honorable than Dinobot. He is.
He's more like the stoic, like action hero type.
If you listen to Scott McNeil describe him, he's a lawful stupid paladin. That's what he is. Scott McNeil uses D&D terminology.
Yeah, but every time they show him, he's like, da, da, da.
Well, yeah,
they actually play that music.
Well, yeah, because that's like a very it's a very heroic. It's on trumpets. It's supposed to play up the idea that he is an honorable knight. He is the kind of guy who would, like, if the enemy was sleeping, he would open the door, shout at them, "Hey, wake up!" Throw them their weapon, and then demand to meet them out on the field of battle. He wouldn't just kill anyone.
He's the kind of guy who would be like, "I never hit a woman," and then hit a woman.
Dinobot would absolutely.
So Silverbolt can obviously fly.
Yes,
right?
Silverbolt can fly. Dinobot would.
He's got that advantage.
Dinobot would kill someone in their sleep. Silverbolt would never.
Yeah, and that's why Dinobot would win. He's my goat. He clears.
But the question is because, like, again, Dinobot is a fucking horrendous shot. I think he only ever hits like 2 shots in the entire show, and his fucking lasers are in his eyes, which just begs the question: fucking how? How the fuck do you miss when your fucking lasers are what you're looking at? And then his lasers are also really weak, and Silverbolt has very powerful long range weaponry.
See, here's the thing, though, is that you're saying he doesn't fly, but do you remember the scene where he does that big kick, and he's just flying through the air?
I guess Dinobot does have like a 60-foot vertical.
There you go.
Here's my thinking. If Silverbolt is as honorable as you guys say, then he would not want to play a game where he's flying away shooting at Dinobot. He would want to fight him sword to sword.
He's not against it, I don't think.
I agree to both points. Like, he's not above using his tactical advantage to his advantage. But at the same time, if he was like, yeah, no, my enemy has literally no recourse, he very well might just like get down and be like, all right, I'll come down to your level. And then it's not even a contest at that point. It would be as bad as...
I'm assuming if it's like they're in a coliseum, like they're fighting for our amusement sort of thing, like he would fight fair and fight Dinobot on land, but I guess in like a Beast Wars scenario where they're on opposing factions, maybe he would fly and own him. This is actually a tough call. You actually came up with
because I put fucking thought into this.
Matchup.
I think for the Battle of Scott McNeil's, I think Tuatahu wins.
Unlike you two jackasses, I actually fucking thought about this at all. I put any thought into this. It wasn't even like this was the first idea I had, and I was like, "That's a really good matchup," and here are all the reasons why. Meanwhile, you came up with jack shit and then didn't think about why it would be a good matchup.
On day one that I'm just gonna wing it.
What do you mean on day one?
Did you not see yesterday I was like, I'm gonna wing it?
I did not see that.
Well, then that's your fault.
That was not day one. Here's my question. This is not even related to the fight. You are so against Transformers that, like, you know, can transform into whatever they want to whenever, and you're against weapons being stored inside them. But I feel like you would hate the idea of a beast transformer.
No.
Like, to me, it doesn't make sense that you are cool with the beast transformers.
1, animals are awesome.
But...
2, the zoo is awesome.
Okay, that's true.
Like,
that's true.
Like, these are both
going by 6-year-old rules. Okay,
I'm sorry. I just zoned out looking at my phone, and then I heard the zoo is awesome.
These are both sick things. Like I'm not going to apologize for being a fan of the zoo and of robots at the same time. But also, so I'm not a fan of them being able to turn into whatever they want. But Beast Wars, they can't turn into whatever they want. The most problematic weapon in all of Beast Wars is really Dinobot's eye lasers, because you can't get rid of them without really, chopping his head off. But then again, they're so fucking weak that it's not really that big of a deal. And I guess ultimately, like, when he does die, the eye lasers do actually fail him. Spoiler alert. But for everyone, like with Silverbolt, his missile launchers are actually built into his wings, and multiple times in the show, his wings get damaged, and he can't use the missile launchers anymore. But he's still able to, defend himself. So the one thing I really don't like about, like, limbs that can just transform into any weapon you want is that just means that there's literally, without just completely dismembering someone and then, like, having them, like, lie on the ground just like as a torso, then they're never going to be able to be disarmed. So there's no reason that they should be taken prisoner. But at the same time, if you do completely, like, delimb them, then they physically cannot protect themselves, and they are just an object in the show now rather than an individual. And it's also
you were going to say something weird, weren't you?
No, what did you think I was going to say?
It started to sound like they're just a butt plug.
Oh, no. Okay. I was going to say...
I don't think he was going to say that.
The difficulty I was coming up with is I wanted to say MacGuffin, and I couldn't come up with MacGuffin. But yeah, they just become a MacGuffin. Whereas,
I like
if it's
butt
like
plug more.
Where if it's like, oh, hey, this is theoretically, built into some part of them, but it can only go here. Then, you can disable that, and it doesn't completely disable the character. And then also, I do think it's fine when, you're like a guy like Shockwave, where it's like, his thing is that he has a gun for one of his hands. And he can't change that. He doesn't have a hand on the other hand. It is a gun. I think that's okay.
But what if he could change it?
I don't think he should be able to. I don't think that Shockwave should be able to get his hand back. I think that Shockwave has a gun for an arm, then he has one arm that is a gun, and he has no options other than gun arm.
Yeah, it does kind of beg the question, like, I guess in the Dark of the Moon Shockwave, you could argue he's just like a big guy. He just wants a big ass gun for an arm. Also,
one other like really important point. Silverbolt's like wing launchers are in his wings, and they have to like come up over his shoulders, and that looks sick as fuck. And fucking shooting lasers out of your eyes, that looks sick as fuck. Having your hand just disappear and then being replaced with like a pistol slide. That doesn't look cool at all.
That looks sick as fuck.
That does not look cool. That does not look.
That is just a matter of opinion.
That does not look cool. That looks lame as hell. Holding a gun looks cool. Holding a gun looks cool. Having a gun.
When Prime's hand becomes a fucking sword and he chops
that's
off
not cool.
Bone Crusher's fucking
that's so
head.
uncool.
Sick as
that
fuck.
Is so uncool.
That's sick as fuck, bro.
There's a reason why swords are, that they don't like line up with your hand. Instead, they fucking go in your fist. There's a reason why they do that. And that's because it is infinitely more useful to have a sword that you can maneuver with your hand than one that is duct taped to the back of your fist.
I don't give a fuck.
It doesn't look cool.
I'm not fighting like that. Optimus Prime is.
It looks fucking stupid because he looks because no one but an idiot would fucking do that.
It doesn't look stupid.
It does.
It looks cool.
It looks dumb because okay.
Dinobot clears, in my opinion. Dinobot easily best.
Dinobot.
He's just got the swordsmanship. I don't care if he can. I don't think Silverbolt would fly away in an arena.
That's the thing. It's like again. I think if Silverbolt were willing to circle strafe Dinobot, there's almost nothing Dinobot could do to bring him down. He'd have to hit him, and Dinobot's a really bad shot, and even if he did, Silverbolt might be able to get back up or recover very easily. So if Silverbolt was willing to strafe Dinobot, Silverbolt would probably win. If Silverbolt was in melee with Dinobot, as long as Dinobot wasn't so fucking hurt from what Silverbolt had done in flight, Silverbolt's fucked.
Let me come up with another one.
Yeah.
I'm sure I got one more in the tank.
Put at least any thought into it.
I'm having a thought. I'm having a think. Something's coming to my brain. I got it.
Yeah.
And I actually went out and I got pictures before we started this of the characters that I was going to do, and instead you were just like, here's 2.
Oh my god, shut up!
Skybyte versus fucking I'm really thinking right now.
Okay, maybe you are right.
So when you said that you had
Skybyte-
the idea, you just had half of the idea.
Yes. Skybyte
I got it. Shutting down.
versus animated Optimus Prime. How about that?
Why did I say yes to this?
I don't know.
Skybyte versus
I'm
animated
asking that
Optimus
question to
Prime.
myself right now, too. I don't remember... I just inhaled some spit. I don't remember Skybyte, I remember that he could fly as a shark. I don't think he could fly as a robot.
Fly as a shark?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is why he was Skybyte. He could fly as a shark, but he couldn't fly in robot mode, if I'm remembering correctly. I haven't seen that show in literally 23 years at this point. And
He loves poetry.
yeah, well, specifically in the show, he loves haikus. Which are
loves being copied.
haikus are the shittiest form of poetry. I'm sorry, haikus are fucking garbage. Just no effort poetry.
He's gonna go on
You
another
gotta have
rant,
a
ladies and
fucking
gentlemen. I'll
opinion
just
on
be on my
everything.
phone.
You gotta have a damn opinion on
don't-
everything, man.
like, you don't-
Why do you gotta say it's the shittiest form of a poetry? Why can't you just be like, okay, haikus are over
Because
here,
a fucking
limericks are over here.
Because
like,
a haiku
they can exist together.
Because a haiku's only rule is just 5 syllables, 7 syllables, or no, 5 syllables, 3 syllables, 5 syllables. It literally it takes no effort to make a haiku.
575, bro. 575. It takes effort to make a good one, man.
Yeah, except like most fucking like haikus tend to go like the first 2 lines actually matter, and then the last line is just like Nara.
Maybe those shitty haikus you've been reading, but I've been on that good shit.
Okay, totally. Yes, I believe you.
Okay, liberals. I think that's
We're not breaking that whole like perspective end is racist about Japan with this.
I am perpetuating.
all right. My next one
no
is perspective end versus Japan. Who would win?
Japan, obviously. But like here's the thing.
I think Japan clears.
Like not only that, but like Japan over there, Japan never comes and meets me. People just go like, oh hey, Perspective End don't like Japan. Perspective End gets his ass kicked by all of the weebs. Like sure, I might be able to take 1 or 2 weebs, but if 5,000 of them are coming at me at once, I'm fucking done. Anyways.
You're fighting demons, bro.
Anyways, so he
You want to rant about demons too?
Are the weebs in the room with us right now?
he I don't remember what his attacks were like. Outside of the fact that he can fly and bite shit, I do not remember him using like his arm thing as a
think
weapon.
he's got fire breath.
Does he? I don't know.
Does he? A shark with fire breath? That's fucking
He's
funny.
not a shark.
Yes, he is.
He's a... What do you mean?
He's like a...
Yes, he is.
He's a bird.
Skybyte is a shark.
Skybyte?
Oh, Skybyte. I'm thinking Skylynx. I don't know why I'm thinking
Oh my god, Skylynx would fucking wipe the fucking
Yeah.
floor.
Skybyte.
I mean-
Skybyte. No. No, God, no.
Skylynx is fucking huge.
Skylynx was...
Skybyte
Well, that's
versus
why I was
Skylynx?
confused by why you're talking about... Okay, Skybyte. No. Just no. With animated Optimus Prime...
How do you hear
got-
like?
That's my issue. That's
Skybyte
why I'm having
gets
such
his ass
such an
kicked
issue
all the
is
time.
It's like,
How the fuck do you hear Skylinks likes to do haikus and then not go something's wrong here?
Because
This motherfucker
because
is not paying
Skylinks is so
attention.
smug about himself.
he is a smug motherfucker.
He's a smug motherfucker,
I
but
like
how
that
do you
about
hear he
Skylink.
likes like he
Moving
does haikus
on,
constantly
moving
and then
on,
He
goes,
would
moving
"That's
like
on."
haikus. He would like
Moving
haikus.
on.
No, he wouldn't. He's too good for haikus.
According to you, buddy. Most people respect the fine art of haiku.
No. Most people do not. Most people don't like poetry in the first place.
Okay, I have an actual matchup. I finally thought of one. Skybyte versus animated safeguard.
You do realize that fucking that I was already having a hard time remembering who Skybyte was, like, in the
Okay,
first place.
Safeguard-
And then you just brought up a character I don't fucking know, period.
Okay. You should know him because he's a great character. Safeguard is the combined form of Jetfire and Jetstorm.
The combined form of Jetfire and Jetstorm's gonna fucking wipe the Safeguard was way more powerful.
Yeah, he has.
Well, Skybyte's
He has
powerful.
fire
He's a
and-
high-ranking Decepticon.
That does not make
Look,
him fucking strong.
Safeguard has like fire and was it wind or ice or?
It's
Does
ice.
anyone really
It's
know?
Like fire and ice. Yeah,
Are you
I had
sure?
the toy. It
He's-
looked like ice.
He's not in the show
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah,
I like those
but
episodes.
I
though.
remember him
Watched
kicking
them
the
a lot.
Autobots' ass when they were going against each other.
I've seen the episodes he's in maybe
Yeah.
twice. But yeah, I mean, he's going to wipe the floor with Skybyte.
I feel like that's a kind of a
that
fair
is not
matchup.
that is not a
Like,
fair
they-
matchup.
How is that not
Skylinks
a fair
is
matchup,
too
man?
much of a dumbass.
Skybyte is like
It's not
Skybyte.
Skylinks, you motherfucker.
Skybyte.
It's Skybyte.
Skybyte is like the fucking like the equivalent of Thundercracker. He's like a normal dude.
No.
Yes, he is like
no,
a con-
he turns into a fucking shark.
So
that
what?
flies
That
around
doesn't
and
mean
does
shit.
haikus.
He turns into a shark.
He thinks
he's powerful. He's powerful.
He thinks he's
dude.
No.
smarter in combat than he really is.
He's a competent normal dude. That's who Skybyte is.
He could chomp Safeguard in half.
No,
buddy.
he couldn't.
He could chomp him in half.
No, he
and turn him
couldn't.
into jet
And
form.
if he chops them in half, he could just reconnect because it's already in half. It's two guys.
It is two guys. But they're like young. They're stupid.
That's the
Skybyte
equivalent
is old and
of going
wise.
to a Halloween costume party and your friend decides, hey, we're gonna be a two-headed monster.
Oh my god. No, it's not. No, it's not. Look, Skybyte, look, I have a fucking real argument here. Skybyte is old, wise. He's over here writing fucking haikus and shit. He's got battle tactics, man. He turns into a fucking shark.
Not particularly.
That's sick as fuck.
He's supposed to be a bit of a dumbass.
So if it's a poetry contest, then yeah, Sky, whoever the fuck, I don't fucking care.
Maybe it is. Why's it gotta be a combat?
Sky
Why's it
bitch
gotta be
definitely
trial by
wins.
combat?
Okay, he wins at the poetry fest. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, he would win poetry, and that's it. He gets his ass fucking bodied every other time.
Okay, fuck you guys.
Fuck you. Fuck me. I'm the one who actually brought the energy to this one.
I'm bringing so much energy. Not the right energy, but I'm bringing energy.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Brian, you come up with something. Just spitball us one.
I had one last night. I actually thought of one last night, and then I just forgot what it was. It was like
It's today, buddy. It's today.
I thought of it yesterday, last night, and now I can't remember. It was like Perceptor against someone else, but it was. Jeez, I don't know.
Perceptor versus Red Alert.
G1 Perceptor versus Armada Perceptor.
Versus Blind Cyberverse Perceptor.
Oh, I had one. I had a good one.
Fine, fuck
Actually
it.
had
Give
one.
it a try.
I fucking had one. I don't know what universe the character's from, but Shadow Strike versus Lockdown.
Lockdown.
Okay.
Who the fuck is Shadow Strike?
Shadow Striker. Get the name
Striker,
right.
Shadow Striker. I do that.
From Cyberverse.
Okay.
I mean, she could be dangerous when she's angry, but then again, she gets her ass beat all the time, so.
Yeah, she's never really shown to win.
I don't remember any of Cyberverse.
So
So
okay, if
I just assumed
it's
she was
animated
kind of badass.
lockdown, then yes. If it's Cyberverse lockdown, God no. God no.
Cyberverse lockdown sucked.
He
I forgot he was in that.
What about
They
IDW
put so
Shadow
many
Striker?
cool characters in that.
IDW Shadow Striker.
Yeah, I was thinking of a badass Shadow Striker that could fuck up lockdown. That would have a chance.
Well, then you just answered your own question.
I just told you guys I don't fucking like
Who
these
would
games
win?
where you just
This badass
imagine
character
who
or
it
This
is.
was
laser
your
of another
idea! You don't get to
Who
go like,
would
hey,
win?
I
This
came up with this
person who
idea
can
that
kick
I
your
don't
ass.
like. I'm sorry, guys. You have to carry the load with this one.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Sometimes you guys carry the load, and sometimes I carry the load.
Okay, I got
it's
one.
Fair.
I got one.
When have I not brought
okay.
when have I not brought my 100% to any one of these?
The Smasher Pass was ridiculous.
The
You
Smasher
just
Pass,
did fucking.
fuck you. The Smasher Pass, you fucking sabotaged. You sabotaged the Smasher Pass. So did Brian. So did I. For some reason, we all came up with the same idea to ruin it. And you know what? It's better for it. And I brought more energy to that than you did. So go fuck yourself.
How did Brian? I thought he was the only one that actually played by the rules. To be honest.
No.
Okay. Well, you know what? Whatever. Shadow Striker. I guess Lockdown wins. Like, whatever. We're gonna say Lockdown wins,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Assuming it's animated, because if it's Cyberverse,
what if it's
then
AOE Lockdown? AOE Lockdown versus IDW Shadow Striker.
I thought that you were talking about AoE Lockdown. I would actually probably go IDW Shadow Striker.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about IDW Shadow Striker.
Lockdown's too
Is
ugly.
she like the Cyberverse one?
She's not incompetent.
Lockdown's too
Okay.
ugly.
He does have that monkey
But
face.
his head turns into a gun.
That's dumb.
Wow. Still ugly.
That's dumb.
I suppose.
is dumb.
I suppose when he's taking it, like when he's lining up his shot, you can't counter headshot him. That's it.
That's true. He'll just shoot into the pipe and he'll shoot it out.
Pipe to barrel. Like that. You don't even have to know
pipe.
anything about guns
They're
to know that it's called a
functionally
barrel.
the same thing. What is the difference between a barrel and a pipe?
A pipe transfers water. A barrel explodes.
A pipe can transfer anything.
No, it
A
can't.
pipe can transfer Dr. Pepper and
Okay,
Coca-Cola
it transfers a liquid. It does not contain an explosion.
It might.
No, it doesn't.
Have you tried?
You know what? You know why a pipe bomb explodes and it fucking kills people? Is because a pipe doesn't contain explosions.
It's because they made it to do that.
No, it's because a pipe
They made
doesn't
the pipe
contain
wrong.
explosions.
They made the pipe wrong. They did
That's
that.
not how that works.
You see the guy who
don't
invented pipes, and you're like, "That's wrong. That's not how that goes."
That's why pipes died in G1 is because he was not made to contain explosions.
Pipes die. How did he die? Did he also get shot to death in the movie?
No, he comes after the movie. He shows up in season 3 and he gets stepped on by Triptychon.
He constantly gets
He
stepped
gets
on.
it. I thought that was just like an IDW joke. I didn't realize that happens in the G1 cartoon.
Yeah,
that's
like
funny.
all of the mini-bots get like flattened.
It's a running gag.
he doesn't get singled out in there.
Is Cliffjumper still
okay.
dead?
What?
Is Cliffjumper still dead? Cliffjumper is alive in the comic books.
Cliffjumper's alive in the movies too.
Is it? No, he
Well,
got
in the
cut
original
half
movie, in the
Bumblebee.
'86 movie.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Silly me. I forgot to think about the 86 fucking...
You forgot to think about
Okay,
the
I got-
one really, really good one that everyone still likes.
Okay, I got one. Armada.
okay.
Armada Tidal Wave versus Cybertron Metroplex.
Okay. I think Metroplex is much bigger than Tidal Wave, no?
Yeah, Metroplex. Well, Metroplex is like not. He's a big dude. They're both just kind of big dudes in that. Unless you are talking about specifically the video game version of Tidal Wave.
I figured out what I thought last night. I figured it out.
Hit us.
Okay. Are you
Assu-
gonna do that, or are we doing Tidal Wave versus Metroplex?
no, because that's bullshit. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
I
Does anybody care about any of this?
No.
By the way?
Nobody's
Leave
listening.
a comment if you're still fucking listening.
So
Leave a comment if you're still watching right now about how dumbjake sucks.
Yeah. Say dumbjake sucks in the comments if you're listening at this moment right now for some reason.
Okay, assuming they are both the same height, because obviously if we're going by the original continuity, they wouldn't be.
Okay.
Pterosaur versus Starscream.
Okay.
Pterosaur has a much better arsenal than Starscream. If we're like putting them on, if we're giving them equal footing, Pterosaur has a much better set of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funnier to say Pterosaur is his normal size. Like a little guy versus a big guy.
Well, the big guy would just fucking stop.
It could be in his favor.
He literally splat Pterosaur. Pterosaur is not...
Pterosaur can fly.
So can Starscream! And Starscream...
So can a bug!
Yeah.
But G1 Starscream? Or are we saying
Yes,
G1
G1 Starscream.
He's a pussy. He's stupid.
So is Pterosaur!
Fuck him up. That's true.
Pterosaur is basically Beast Wars Starscream.
Yeah, that's why. But yeah, if we are power scaling up Pterosaur, so that way they're of equivalent size and equivalent like energy output. Pterosaur has the better arsenal for sure.
Yeah.
Starscream has his null rays though, and if he hits Pterosaur once, he might just be able to walk up and slit Pterosaur's throat.
Also, do you remember when Pterosaur had that big boost of energy?
Well, I mean, I didn't think we were counting in
that
super
episode.
mode on this one.
Yeah, but I was just pointing that out.
But he's got the Pterosaur has shoulder cannons. Pterosaur has like a better rifle than Starscream, shown to do more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is actually a real call.
Wow, it's almost like I thought this one through.
Yeah, it's almost.
Whatever. Almost.
Oh, yeah, be salty about it. Be salty about fucking setting this up and then being the one to phone it in.
Yeah, I did.
Get owned.
Here's what I'm thinking. Pterosaur is like pseudo-biological. So I feel like Starscream is like made of metal, so his punches would hurt Pterosaur more.
Well, I mean...
Yeah, but Pterosaur can get back up pretty easily.
Yeah, no, the Beast Wars characters do have a lot of like built-in like they've stated they have built-in healing factors. As long as they're in the beast modes, they start healing. And they have stasis lock, which keeps them from dying, which the G1 Autobots and Decepticons did not have, which is one of the reasons why they can, in Beast Wars, take so much punishment.
Yeah.
Is this a safe space to ask a dumb question?
Go ahead.
No, but go ahead.
What's up with the ghost Starscream thing? Like, why is he a ghost?
Depends on what you're going by. In Beast Wars, he was a
original.
If you're going by Beast Wars, which would be the G1 continuity, Starscream has a mutant indestructible spark that just it will never be extinguished. It can't be extinguished, and that's what they basically tried to clone that, and that's what happened with Rampage. That's what made Rampage immortal, is having a clone version of Starscream Spark, essentially, though the characters are not alike. And then if you go by IDW, Starscream would be a 0.1%er, or also called an outlier, which is just those were literally directly IDW's versions of mutants from X-Men.
Interesting.
So yeah, Starscream was a mutant from X-Men, which is why he doesn't die. Though I actually think in IDW, Starscream does just die. Specifically in IDW, he is not an outlier. You'd have to be applying IDW logic to...
For him to become a ghost, you'd have to
be applying his IDW logic backwards onto G1 and Beast Wars, which honestly makes plenty of sense, I think. You know, like, because there were like guys like not Cliff Jumper, Trailbreaker, who did just have like Trailbreaker could just make force fields, Hound could just make holograms, Skywarp could just teleport for no reason. So if you take the logic and go back with it and just say like, oh yeah, those were outliers back then. They just didn't have a word for it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Just like how, Shockwave is an Ampurata.
God, I'm sweating right now.
Yeah, it's fucking hot.
You guys are hot? I feel good, man. I feel good.
I don't have a fan on in here.
I'm just over here. Perspective, I can pull you up like TF Wiki and just ask you a question and I get all these cool answers.
Yeah, well, I mean, I am like, as much as I may be someone who says that like most of the Transformers fandom is like most of the media is not very good. Like I always say, everything needs a caveat. You know, if you want to watch...
Fun fact, PerspectiveEnd wrote a script for the history of Creo, and I just took the script and I did my own thing.
Everything in Transformers needs a caveat. You know, the 86 show, or not, sorry, the 86 show, the G1 show is a good old slice of 80s cheese, but it's not particularly good. Beast Wars has dated CGI, though it's better than most people give it credit for. Animated has a butt-ugly art style, and the frames per second is just abysmal on it.
Wrong. Wrong. Subjective opinion, wrong.
The frames per second is not a subjective opinion. It is.
The art style is good. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't know what you're...
frames per second. It looks fine to me.
It's literally animated at half the frame rate of a normal show. The show is a fucking slideshow.
So what?
So what?
It's not a slideshow.
Yes, it is.
There's action all the time.
Yes, that does. Having
fine.
a slideshow doesn't mean that there's no action in the slideshow. A comic book has plenty of action in it, and there's like 10 panels a page.
Yeah, I love comic books.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's not a slideshow. But yeah, so there's caveats with everything. But I'm not a fake fan. Even if I'm like, most of this franchise ain't worth checking out. By the way, tragedy, what happened to the second season of Earthspark. Holy shit, I've seen the animation for that.
Oh my
God.
Yeah, apparently it was animated by the guys that did Megamind the series.
Megamind 2. There's no Megamind the series. There's a Megamind the movie 2. Which is made, which is kind of like a.
That's worse.
It's like it's a backdoor like pilot to a TV show that there's no way that's getting made.
What the fuck? Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Megamind was a good movie, man.
Yeah, and then they made a sequel to it they spent $0 on.
They just threw it on Paramount Plus or something?
I don't know, something like that. But yes, no, it's apparently made by the same people, and you can see it, you can tell. There's just so much going. I specifically saw the scene where there's like that guy who comes out in like the brown coat, and he's like, "Thieves, catch them!" And everything that they do in that fucking scene is just, my animator brain just hates it because like he's got his like fists are like locked to each other, so as he like moves his fists down, they stay exactly in time with each other, and they're moving down very, very smoothly, when what you want to do is you want to have like a variable frame rate for that. So you'd have his fist up at the top, and then you have like one like frame of his fist like at the middle, and then like one at the bottom, and then you'd have like a smooth like transition in him like kind of shaking from the weight and the speed of his fist like slamming down. So that way
I just hit my table and my MP10 just fell on the ground.
Oh no. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay.
And then he goes from that to, and then I go from that to that, and then it goes from that where he's like his hands go down this incredibly overly smooth motion where there's no like in real life, one hand would be slightly faster than the others, and the other hand would trail just slightly, and he'd have weight hitting down, but it's this completely smooth. No force motion. And then he goes from that to like 2 frames of him shoving a dude who's behind him out of the way. And it goes from like really insanely smooth animation to really jerky animation when it shouldn't have been. And the spatial like recognition of the whole scene is all fucked up. It is painful to look at what they did to the second season of Earthspark, because the first season, like I only ever saw up to episode 3. I didn't have the time to watch more, and then but up into episode 3, I was like, wow, the animation for this is fantastic, even if I don't like the art style.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of season 2 yet because I'm very upset that season 2 sounds like dog shit. Compared to season 1, which I thought was as good as animated to me. I've been waiting for a really good Transformers show, and finally felt like I had it with Earthspark season 1. And
I wanted a Transformers show that I could recommend to people without a caveat for a long time, and now it's like, oh hey, yeah, Earthspark, the first season is apparently very good, but don't watch the second one, it's garbo.
Yeah, I just wouldn't say anything about the second season. I mean, maybe they wouldn't notice, Maybe they aren't like us. We're just fucking freaks about that stuff.
Anyways, the podcast is run for over an hour now, and we've clearly...
Thank God.
We've clearly run out of things. We started without things to talk about, except for me. And then we continued to not have things to talk about.
I had a great matchup.
Oh, fuck you, you did.
Armada Laserbeak versus
Go
Wheelie
fuck
Guys!
yourself.
will go down. Everyone in the comments is still arguing about that. They're all trying to figure out.
No
who
one
wins.
gives
Guys!
a shit.
This is really important. Minions 3 will be released on June 30th, 2027. Yes!
Didn't they just release Minions 4? I swear to God.
Despicable Me 4. Come on. I thought you were a real fan.
I don't give a shit about Despicable Me. I saw the first one, and I was told that it was like the funniest thing that they ever saw, and I was like, wow, this is mediocre as fuck. It's not bad.
Who the fuck were you talking to? A 5-year-old?
No, my elder brother.
Okay, who would win?
Okay,
Megatron
okay,
versus
there you
Gru stealing the moon.
Gru clears Megatron easy.
Yeah, he's got those little bastards with him. And the yellow guys.
What's up, Eric?
Anyways, I think it's time.
That one poster of Despicable Me is PerspectiveEnd and all his fans, who, by the way, are tagging me in your bum-ass server saying I was gooning to RC.
I don't know.
I never said I was gooning to RC.
But you were.
But you want it to be.
Desire versus... Alright, let's fucking end the podcast. What am I saying?
Let's go.
Bail. You didn't even do a sign out? You were just like, it's over.
Apparently, we're just done.
Yes!
Yes!
We've done a sign.
Fine, fuck it. I'm stopping recording.
I'm stopping mine too.